Hello everyone, Namaste and welcome back once again in the mathematics class. Especially it is focused towards the student, that's why in the meanwhile of the class I may say student, but other viewers may be there, but sorry to say this thing, okay. And everyone, in the bygone day we are focusing on the geometry chapter and regarding the syllabus of the very first term examination of Papson, still we need some extra exercises to be done through the geometry. That's why I have taken another chapter of geometry, that is triangle and its property, the types of the triangle as well as the properties of those different types of triangle. And dear student, in case of the triangle, the word is derived from two words, okay, Greek words. One is tri and then after angle, okay. Tri means three, okay. Tri means three, tri, tree or tri, whatever we say is it represents three in English, and then after angle represents in between the two adjacent sides. When the two adjacent sides are connected in this way, one will be making slope to another, and in between the two sides, when those two sides are, the straight lines are joined at a certain point at the time, one side will make inclination or the slope to another one. That degree of measurement is known as angle. That degree of measurement in between the two straight lines when they cross each other through a point by making a certain slope or the inclination, that measure of angle is known as the measurement of degree is known as the angle, okay. It's simply we can write as inclination. So tri plus angle, triangle, okay. Triangle means a polygon whose there are three sides connecting to each other, and then after there are three angles when those three sides are connected each other, okay. So triangle is a polygon having three sides as well as three angles. And dear student, it has different types, okay. There are generally four types of triangle, and other evolved from there, those four. There are other triangles also, other type of triangle also. Later on we can focus on them. But if we say about the triangle in class 6 also, in class 5 also, somehow the basic knowledge you have got. So what we had learned while being in class 6 or the 5 is the sum of the triangle, okay, whether the triangle is bigger or smaller, tiny or huge, okay, its angle sums becomes 180 degree when these angles are measured, okay, by using protractor, okay. When we use the protractor to measure the three angles of the triangle, at the time their sum, dear student, a plus b plus c, that means their summation of the degree of measurement becomes how many degree? 180 degree, isn't it? 180 degree. So dear student, so this whole chapter revolves around the sum of angles of a triangle and the different types of triangles. So today we are going to focus first of all the different types of triangle, okay. The very first type of triangle is equilateral triangle, dear student. Let's write equilateral triangle, one of the type among the four, okay. Equilateral triangle, I am going to write symbolically, okay. This is the symbol of triangle. We can write, rather than writing the spelling of the triangle, you can write triangle as well, as it is a mathematics subject, okay. So equilateral triangle means, dear student, a triangle, okay, having all sides as well as the all angles equal to each other. That means there will be three sides of each and every triangle, isn't it? And then after those three sides, if are equal, and the angles made by those three sides if are equal, that type of triangle is known as equilateral triangle. Dear student, I am going to make in here, okay, equilateral triangle. But anyhow, whatever the types of triangle, the sum of the angles of the triangle becomes 180 degree. So I am going to make an equilateral triangle. For example, this is equilateral triangle. I'm going to give the name of this one ABC. Okay, if side AC, that means the length when we use the scale to measure the AC side as well as AB side as well as BC side, if we measure and if the length of those AB, BC and AC if are equal, it means AB equals to BC equals to AC, and then after durations, not only that, the three angles, that means angle A, the measure of this angle, isn't it? And then after angle B, the measure of this angle, and then after angle C, the measure of this angle. If we measure by using the protractor, then we find being equal to each other. And dear student, when they become equal to each other, the whole angles, three angles, when they become equal to each other, then the whole 180 degree containing in a triangle is divided into three equal parts, isn't it? So 180 degree if equally divided into three parts, then what will be 3 6, isn't it? So 0 60, so value comes as 60 degrees. So every angle of an equilateral triangle will be of 60 degrees. So that's the main two properties of equilateral triangle. What type of triangle is equilateral triangle? A triangle whose all sides are equal and the whole all three angles are equal, being angle of measurement in degree as 60 degree. So that type of triangle is known as equilateral triangle. So let's focus on another type of triangle, dear student. Another one is isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle means a triangle having just only two sides being equal and two base angles opposite to the equal sides, the angles whichever form if are equal, that type of triangle is known as isosceles triangle. Let me clear by making figure. Okay, for example, this is equilateral isosceles triangle. Okay, dear student, PQR. If PR, the length of PR and the length of QR, when we measure by using scale at the time, if are equal but not the third side, okay, one side among the three sides not being equal but the two sides being equal to each other, that type of triangle is known as isosceles triangle. And in here, what did he say? If all sides are equal, then all angles are equal. If two sides are equal, in case of angle also, dear friend, there will be two angles equal to each other, but we need to know which angles are equal to each other. Look at here, there are three angles. Among them, which two angles becomes equal to each other? That is the main thing, dear friend. I have a clue. Just look at the opposite of the equal being side. Okay, that means opposite to this one angle. Okay, and then after opposite to that another equal side, this one angle. They are known as the base angles, and base angles of an isosceles triangle are always equal. And these two angles, if are known as base angle, whatever the name of the third angle, dear friend, third angle means this one remaining angle, it is known as the vertical angle or the vertex angle. So vertical angle never become equal to other angle in an isosceles triangle, but only the base angle. So are you clear? Two sides will be equal to each other, and there are two angles opposite to the equal sides. Okay, opposite to the equal sides, the angles whichever are formed, they are equal to each other, and vice versa, dear friend. Then if in a triangle, look at here, another figure I'm going to make in here. Okay, if this angle and this one angle are equal to each other, okay, then which two sides are equal to each other? You need to find out. You can find out looking at this figure. Okay, according to this figure, this one angle and this one angle are equal to each other. So opposite to this one side. It means now the AC is the side being equal to which one? Opposite to the another equal being angle. It means this one. Okay, then AB. In this figure, dear student, AC and AB are equal to each other as well from the angle point of view. If you see, in here we have seen through the side point of view, two sides are given as equal to each other. Now opposite to the two sides being equal to each other, the angles whichever are formed, they are equal to each other. That type of properties or the characteristics or the features can be found in case of isosceles triangle. And if you see such type of properties in any figure in your book or anywhere at the time, you can identify that type of triangle as isosceles triangle. Now let's go to another type of triangle, dear student. In this case, what can you write? The properties PR equals to QR, okay? PR equals to QR and angle P being equals to angle Q. So these are the two properties of the isosceles triangle. Now let's go to the third one. Right angle triangle. Dear student, you know the right angle, isn't it? Right angle represents an angle having 90 degree, isn't it? An angle, if the measures of angle is of 90 degree, that angle is known as right angle. So a triangle in which among those three angles, okay, if one angle is 90 degree, that type of triangle is denoted by right angle triangle, or that type of triangle we need to understand as, oh, this is the right angle triangle. So if we want to make the right angle triangle, dear student, one line will be perpendicular, okay, totally being an altitude of another angle, another side in this way, okay. That means in this case the two angles are unknown, but the third angle is known as 90 degree. This sign represents, dear student, this sign represents 90 degree, this sign, okay. If it is given so in any figure, then you need to understand here is 90 degree, okay. So rather than writing here, okay, 90 degree, it will be represented by this sign, okay. That is the symbol of 90 degree. So this one is the right angle triangle. And dear students, when we speak about the right angle triangle, the three sides should be known as perpendicular, base and hypotenuse. Which among those three sides, which one is hypotenuse, which one is perpendicular and base, we need to understand. So if you want to know which one is hypotenuse, okay, which one is P, which one is B and which one is H, because in a right angle triangle all the three sides has the different name as perpendicular, and then after another is base, and then after the another one is hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse, dear students, if you have to understand, then look at the just opposite to the 90 degree sign, okay, just opposite to the 90 degree sign, it means this one is hypotenuse. We write hypotenuse as H because the first letter of hypotenuse will be H. Because of that reason, to the hypotenuse we denote as H. Now can you identify which one will be perpendicular and base? Until and unless another angle as a base or the reference angle is given at the time, either these two, among these two, between these two, you can fix one as perpendicular, another as base. But if reference angle is given, so at the time opposite to the reference angle, if reference angle is given in here, dear friend, in this way, then opposite to the reference angle we always write to that side as perpendicular. Did you understand? Once again I want to repeat it, and you must know this thing, dear friend. So if the reference angle is given, it means this angle is somehow identified. Because of that reason, opposite to that identified angle, which is known as the reference angle, the side whichever form in a right angle triangle is known as the perpendicular. So opposite to this one will be perpendicular, and the remaining one among those three, perpendicular, base and hypotenuse, this one becomes base. But generally, if this reference angle is not given, dear student, if the reference angle is not given at the time, which one is vertical, okay, that side is the perpendicular, and which one is on the horizontal side, that one will be the base. Okay, that's the concept of right angle triangle. And dear students, Pythagoras has had invented one very essential theorem regarding the right angle triangle, that is hypotenuse square. That means the measure of hypotenuse square will be always equals to perpendicular square plus base square. Okay, for example, if it is 13 centimeter, then 13 centimeter square equals to, for example, this one is 12 centimeter, 12 centimeter square plus, for example, if it is 5 centimeter, at the time, this one is 13, dear student. Okay, at the time 13 centimeter square or the meter square, whatever the unit used, okay, 13 square equals to 12 square plus 5 square, usually 5 square. That means the sum of square of the perpendicular and base exactly becomes equals to the square of hypotenuse. That theorem is known as Pythagoras theorem. And in each and every time, whether the figure is bigger or smaller, the triangle is bigger or smaller, we get this theorem in each and every right angle triangle. So this is the concept of right angle triangle. And dear student, now the fourth one is remain. Which one is that? Can you tell me? Equilateral triangle we have defined, isosceles triangle. Now you need to know what do you mean by equilateral triangle. If somebody raised the question of equilateral triangle, at the time, in your mind, you need to bring a concept of equilateral triangle, figure out in mind, visualize in mind that a triangle having all sides and all angles being equal to each other is known as the equilateral triangle. Similarly, in case of isosceles triangle, two sides are equal, and opposite to the two sides, the angles whichever are formed, those two angles becomes equal to each other. That's the property of isosceles triangle. Now similarly, in case of right angle triangle, among those three angles in a right angle triangle, one angle will be 90 degree. We don't care about the other angle. And not only that, in case of sides, hypotenuse square always becomes equal to the summation of perpendicular square as well as base square. That means h square equals to b square plus b square. That thing must be known by us in case of these three types of triangle. Now I am going to focus the last one. Okay, dear friend, you might have already understood what I mean. Okay, which one? Scalene, isn't it? Scalene triangle. That means the fourth number is scalene triangle. Okay, this is the type of triangle, dear student, where the sides of the triangle are different. The measures of sides of the triangle will be different, and then after the angles so formed by those three sides when they are adjoined, okay, by making the three vertex, those all three angles becomes of different measurement. It means, look at here, dear friend, it is A, let's suppose to this one as B and to this one as C. Now you will not get any properties which you will find, which you have found in case of the previous three figures. That means no one side will be equal to another one. It means, for example, if it is 15 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 12 centimeter, look at here, all the sides have different measurement. And what do you mean by this 15? The length in between A to B. Okay, when we measure the length in between A to B by using scale at the time, if it comes as 15 centimeter, it means, isn't it? And similarly, the side BC has the measurement of 10 centimeter, the length while measuring by using scale from B point to C point. Okay, similarly, in case of AC, 12 centimeter represents the measurement of unit, the length of measurement in between A and C point altogether comes as 12 centimeter. It means, okay, now as the sides have different measurement, in case of angles also the value becomes different. It means the degree containing in A, the degree containing in B, and the degree containing in C will be differ to each other. That means if it is of 50 degree, for example, dear student, then it may be 60 degree, and obviously to be 180 degree there must be 70 degree. Look at your dear student. Did you see one is 50, another is 60, and another is 70? It means the measurement of the angles will be different to each other in case of scalene triangle. So how can we define to this one? A triangle having unequal sides and unequal angle is known as scalene triangle. A triangle having unequal side as well as unequal angle containing in that triangle is known as scalene triangle. So these are the 4 types of triangle. Now dear students, generally people won't treat the 5th type of triangle as a types of triangle, but also I want to clarify, when the right angle triangle and isosceles triangle are combined together, when they are mixed up, okay, at the time there will be another, there can be formed another type of triangle as 5th number, okay, that is right, the property of right angle triangle also will be there, right angle and plus the properties of isosceles triangle also will come as isosceles triangle. So in this way right angle isosceles triangle is formed when the right angle triangle and then after isosceles triangles are combined, together. That means both triangles properties can be seen in this case of, in this type of triangle, and generally as they are the mixture of 2 types of triangle, people do not treat this one as a different type of triangle. Generally we treat the types of triangle as 4 types of triangle, but this one is the homogeneous condition of right angle triangle as well as isosceles triangle. So what like figure will be there if we want to make the figure, dear student? There will be properties of right angle triangle, isn't it? And there will be properties of isosceles triangle as well. One angle will be 90 degree because it is a right angle triangle, and another one is 2 sides are equal and 2 angles are equal as per this isosceles triangle, isn't it? Just we have learned. Then in case of this one angle and this one angle becomes equal to each other. There is the properties of isosceles triangle as well as right angle triangle. Right angle triangle means an angle of a triangle having 90 degree. So the properties of right angle triangle also can be seen, and in this triangle there will be h square equals to p square plus b square as well, okay. Then there is the properties of isosceles triangle also, because the 2 angles are equal to each other. At the time, dear student, if this one is 90 degree, in a triangle altogether, whatever the types of triangle, the sum of the angles of the triangle will be 180 degree, isn't it? As a result, if this one is 90 degree, now combining together the measures of these 2 angle also becomes 90 degree, isn't it? The remaining 90. So and these 2 angles carry the 50% of the 90 degree value, that means half. Because of that reason, divide by 2, it equals to 45 degree. It means this one angle becomes 45 degree, this one also becomes 45 degree. And dear student, if you see the sides, okay, as it is a right angle triangle, we must denote as perpendicular, base and hypotenuse, isn't it? So always opposite to 90 degree, we call that side as hypotenuse. So this one is the hypotenuse. Now in case of perpendicular and base, I have already told, if the reference angle is not fixed, okay, at the time the vertical line we write as perpendicular as it is vertical. So this one is the perpendicular, and horizontal line we write as base. So this one is the base. And dear student, as this is isosceles triangle, anyhow its 2 sides and 2 angles should be equal to each other, and I have already told, opposite to the equal angles, the sides whichever are formed in an isosceles triangle are equal to each other, isn't it? So opposite to 45 degree this one, and opposite to another 45 degree this one, perpendicular and base, it means they are equal to each other, dear student. So this type of triangle is known as right angle isosceles triangle. Once again, one angle will be 90 degree and other 2 angles will be of 45 degree, and opposite to those 45 degree, the sides as the sides will be written as perpendicular and base, and those perpendicular and base becomes equal to each other, because it is not only the right angle triangle only, it is the triangle of being isosceles as well, along with being right angle triangle. So perpendicular equals to base, and both the angles will be 45 degree and one angle will be 90 degree, and opposite to the 90 degree the side is always known as hypotenuse in case of right angle triangle. So these are the different types of triangle, dear student. Now let's focus on some of the questions. Okay, what like question will be given? Almost the questions regarding your this chapter will be based on finding the angles as well as the finding the sides. Okay, at the time, dear student, for example, I am going to take one example. Okay, for example, this is ABC. Now can you tell me, dear student, what like triangle is this? Whether it is isosceles triangle or right angle triangle or equilateral triangle or scaline triangle? Can you tell me, looking at this figure? Yes, dear student, it is a scalene triangle, because the measurement we don't know whether they are equal or not. The sides measurement is not fixed, as well as the angles are not also identified, isn't it? At the time, such type of triangle we need to understand as scalene triangle. Maybe the measurement are different of AB, BC, AC, as well as angle A, angle B, and angle C. So let's take an example, dear student. Here is x, for example, x degree, okay, and then after here is 4x degree, okay, and then after this one is given as 3x degree. Now question may ask you to find out the value of x. X degree equals to how many degree? Okay, another one may be given as 4x degree equals to how many degree? How will you find out? That means not only 4x, it may be given as angle A. Find the measure of angle A. And similarly, find the measure of angle B may be given to find out, and similarly may be given to find out the measure of angle C. Now what we have to do? We write here angle A plus angle B plus angle C equals to 180 degree, dear student. Whether the triangle is bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. Their sum becomes 180 degree. We should not forget this thing. Now it is an statement. It is a statement. Now we need to write the reason why their sum becomes 180 degree. Because being they are the sum of angles of a triangle, isn't it? They are the angles of the triangle. Angle A is the angle B, and angle C are the angles of the triangle, and that's why their sum becomes 180 degree. Now what is the measure of, in case of variable, what is given in the place of A? X. So keep here, by keeping or, as we are using equal sign in the middle after the first statement, we need to write or in the second and third statement conjugatively, gradually, isn't it? So x degree plus angle B is given as 4x degree, so 4x degree, plus angle C is given as 3x degree, so 3x degree equals to 180 degree. Now these are the like terms, isn't it, dear student? 1x, 4x, and 3x. 5x, 1x plus 4x, 5x, 5x plus 3x, how many? 8x. So 8x degree equals to 180 degree, isn't it? Now x degree equals to 180 degree divided by 8. What will be? If you use the calculator, what will be? 8 to the 16, 2 remain, 8 to the 16.5. Okay, x degree equals to 22.5 degree, isn't it? If you use calculator, then 180 degree when we divide by 8, it will come as 22.5 degree. It means the value of x we got as 22.5 degree. It means there is 22.5 degree, dear student, in this angle. Okay, so directly you can write, after finding out the answer, after this the solution I am copying in here. Okay, dear student, I am doing in here. Now in this way, substitute the value of angle A, angle B and angle C in here. 3 into 22.5 degree, 4 into 22.5 degree, and find out the answer, dear students. Thank you so much, dear students, for participating in this mathematics class. Do good, be good and think good. Saying this much, I want to conclude today's class. Thank you so much.